On Showtime Pettis. Tonight's fight clock brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. Ferguson came home from the hospital after surgery in April, immediately started doing 20-pound curls until he couldn't work out anymore. He is a freak.
See Pettis going right after the knees right away of Ferguson.
Right away.
Right after the leg. And it already hurts. You see him limping already. Can't get kicked in the legs. That hurts.
And Ferguson returns to him.
And you see the scar on the side of his knee. Pettis going right after that lead leg.
Yeah, it seems like Ferguson's limping a little bit on that leg.
It looks like it hurts. He just got kicked in it very hard.
Well, you got to realize when you're talking about 6 months from a catastrophic knee surgery like that, I mean, completely detached from the bone, massive scar. You got to wonder if it's 100%.
It's only been 6 months?
Yeah, April. Injury was April 1st.
Well, Dom, you're a guy who's come back from multiple surgeries. You know how long it takes. It's very rare that someone can come back from a gigantic knee surgery and be 100% after 6 months.
Well, 6 months is a ridiculous time frame, I'll be honest. It takes at least 9 to get as strong as you need it. So the fact that he's pushing the pace like that is pretty crazy.
Nice stick.
And I don't like the way he's moving. It looks like it's hurt.
He might have rushed it, but we don't know. You can't talk about that with Ferguson.
Right, it could have been the kicks that Pettis landed.
Because he looks good now.
Or it could be that it's hurt.
The biggest thing Ferguson said he wanted to do was utilize his jab in this fight. That was going to be the biggest problem for Pettis. And what's cool about it is he switches and he's got a really good southpaw jab and a really good conventional jab.
Oh yeah, he can absolutely fight from anywhere. The question is, did he give himself enough time to recover from the surgery?
And he did no physical therapy. He took his recovery into his own hands, none.
I don't know what to say about any of that. I honestly have no words for that.
Don't shoot the messenger.
He's crazy. I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's brilliant in that regard.
Correct. That's his own way.
The Pettis camp felt like they picked up a lot of things on tape of Ferguson being a hittable guy. Tony said, watch all the film you want. I'll pick him apart on the feet. We have hit the midpoint of round 1.
Blocked it all, though.
Yeah, nothing landed.
Well, he spends a lot of time working on a Wing Chun dummy. He does that.
Yeah.
I mean, he does a lot of really unorthodox stuff in terms of mixed martial arts.
Your friend Eddie Bravo talks about him training for 6 hours straight. I mean, it's absurd.
Well, Eddie's trained with a lot of guys. He said he's never seen anyone with the kind of endurance that Tony has.
I know you hit that elliptical for 2 hours the other day, though.
I mean, his pressure is crazy. The pressure that he's putting on Pettis right now is silly. This is exhausting to move the way Pettis has to. And he's guessing, too, because look how Ferguson moves his head, switches combination, switches, always giving you a different look and always pressuring you. And he's not chasing. He's heading off Pettis.
Yeah, tremendous pressure. And whatever we thought was going on with his leg earlier might have just been, ooh, and there's another hard leg kick to that leg. But he looks fine.
Yeah, nice counter right from Ferguson.
And he's using it a lot. Inside leg kick with that leg, he's landed several to Pettis' left leg. Tremendous pressure, though. Look at him.
Pettis doing a good job seeing everything. The only thing that worries me is moving back this much is exhausting if you're Pettis. That pressure is just ridiculous. And he's got to clinch him or do something to deal with the pressure. Go to the body of Ferguson, fake a shot, throw uppercut, throw knees, something. Because right now Ferguson is just on him.
All over him. Front kick to the body, inside leg kick again. I mean, he is just smothering Pettis. Pettis just can't get any space.
He's basically keeping him in a phone booth by heading him off.
And he's slowing down. You're seeing Pettis' punches coming slower.
Well, the key is of what Ferguson's doing game plan-wise is now Pettis doesn't have his trickiness. He can't make reads. He can't have timing because he's moving back the whole time. Blocked.
Nice left hand there, stuck by Ferguson.
Beautiful uppercut. And look at him, walking him down, talking to him.
Beautiful jab there by Ferguson, former two-time All-American wrestler at Grand Valley State University as a wrestler.
Again, inside leg kick twice. And just does not get tired. It's one of the craziest things about this guy.
And
sorry, John, go ahead.
Just as mentally tough as it comes, and he draws such strength from that. Couple big right hands from Ferguson.
He hurt him.
Pettis shakes him off, but round 2 here.
Well, the pressure's already exhausting, but then you add the fact that he's pressuring by switching stance, so that takes away your counter reads too. And then he's kicking your legs when he switches stance.
Yeah, he's chewing.
Oh, he got him! Hey, he's hurt. And that's one thing about Pettis. He can finish anything.
Pettis.
He's on him. He's on him.
He's attacking the leg.
Oh, Ferguson bleeding bad here. Busted open.
Beautiful by Pettis. And that's the thing. Pettis wanted a war. He wanted to feel this pain, and so he's in it. And now he got what he wanted. He hurt Ferguson, and now he has Ferguson's respect.
There's a lot of blood coming from somewhere.
Might be his jaw.
Yeah, it looks like the mouth of Tony Ferguson.
So some definite adversity here for Ferguson.
Pettis has got to be very careful of Tony's guard, though. I would like to see him try to just stand up.
I'm just glad this is on the ground because I want to see these two gentlemen grapple. Ferguson right after it, immediately staying offensive.
Well, there's a tremendous amount of blood coming out of Tony Ferguson's mouth. And you got to wonder what is going on.
I think it's from his head.
A lot of it coming from Pettis, too.
Head?
It's got to be the top of his head. Or is he, I don't know, I can't tell.
It might be from both gentlemen.
Yeah, they're both cut to
Pettis
pieces.
Pettis is
Pettis
losing
is
a ton
cut
of
from
blood
an
here.
elbow from Ferguson.
This fight as advertised so far.
This is what they wanted, and this is what we get.
Jason Herzog's going to check that cut of Anthony Pettis.
I think it was on the ground that he landed that. I think he threw it in the guard and landed it on Anthony in the guard.
This can't be that bad that they have to stop this.
No, well, right.
It's not above the eye, so they won't stop it because it's not above the eye.
Oh, it's in the hairline. It's a giant cut on the right side of his head.
Herzog now calling for a rag to clear Tony's eyes.
Good reffing by Jason Herzog.
Jason Herzog, one of the best in the business.
This is a fight.
We are the only 3 gentlemen sitting in the T-Mobile Arena right now.
Woo! Oh my goodness, it's getting wild.
I'm just thankful for this fight right here, right now.
I mean, how's this as an appetizer for Khabib and Conor? 3 minutes to go in this second of a possible 3 rounds. Ferguson ripping the body there.
Ferguson seems to have fully recovered.
And he's never even looked tired for a second.
Yeah,
just his head got jogged a little. Watch Pettis look for an overhand right. It's there all night.
Pettis flat against the cage here.
But he's looking like the pressure is just too much again like it was earlier. He landed a beautiful shot in between, and that's what he was saying he needed to do. Find the openings and land.
Non-stop output and forward motion from Tony Ferguson.
I mean, he puts pressure on you like no one else in the business. Right hand to the body.
Oh.
Right hand.
Pettis forced to retreat here. Under 2 minutes to go in the round.
Oh, left hook.
Pettis has taken a lot of big shots here, Joe.
Big elbow.
I mean, Ferguson is just non-stop.
He sliced up the left side of him as well now.
See, the thing about Ferguson is he loves the pain.
He does. Pettis, I think, cut from that cloth as well. He is masked in blood here.
Pettis showing his toughness right now. He's not out of this. He's still throwing heat, and he can still drop Ferguson at any point. We've seen it. Oh,
there's that elbow
beautiful.
Again.
Grab the hand, slip over the top with an elbow.
Oh!
There's the right hand. That's there all night for him if he can fire it at the right time.
Ooh, left hand lands flush for Pettis.
Oh my goodness. I can't take this after the Derek Lewis fight.
They're literally fighting in a phone booth right now.
This is amazing.
Thank you, guys. Oh my goodness.
Another elbow from Tony Ferguson. Under a minute to go in the round.
These guys are just exchanging in the corners.
Oh, that cut on Anthony Pettis is something else.
Nice elbows by Ferguson. He mixes it up so well, and he doesn't stop being offensive.
No such thing as breathing room when you're fighting Tony Ferguson. Oh!
Those are landing very heavy. Ferguson's hitting him very hard. Pettis needs to get on his bike and start moving. He can't sit here like this.
And we just got
Incredible
showered with
pressure.
blood
He's
here in the
gotta
booth.
move.
Final seconds of the round.
The
Pettis covers up. Mixed martial
Goodness
arts.
gracious.
Unbelievable.
That's it. So that's the fight.
Wow.
Anthony Pettis breaks his right hand. Duke Roufus not going to send his longtime pupil out there. Somewhat anticlimactic, but El Cucuy is back in a big way tonight.
Wow, that's surprising.
You know, we sometimes sit here and bemoan the fact that corners don't save their fighters often enough. I know people are going to take issue with this. Any thoughts, Joe, in the immediate aftermath of that decision?
No one knows Anthony Pettis better than Duke Roufus. If Duke Roufus thinks it's a good idea to stop the fight, there's no way anyone should disagree with that. He knows what should be done and what shouldn't be done. It's one of his biggest weapons. If he broke his hand, and it seemed like he didn't want to continue either.
Yeah.
He didn't want to fight this monster with one hand.
Right.
You know, it's a good move because Tony Ferguson probably would have just beat the snot out of him.
And how about the outpouring of emotion from Tony Ferguson? We tried to set it up as best we could, but what the last 6 months have held for this absolute warrior of a human being to come back and produce the way he did tonight is truly the stuff of legends. His UFC record lightweight winning streak is now 11. And for Anthony Showtime Pettis, his stock rises in defeat here tonight. This replay brought to you by Nemiroff, bold character since 1872.
You can't be anything but thankful for these gentlemen for a fight like that. Incredible. And here we go. Insane. The big right hand lands. He throws an inside kick, and Pettis just hits him with a huge right hand and just puts him down. Then here you see he's cut, and he's finally just like, yes, this is what I wanted. Havoc. And he gets it. Ferguson cuts him over his left eye. Elbows, grabbing the hands the whole time. Non-stop punches, trading. These guys are fighting in a phone booth, bleeding all over each other, bleeding all over us. Reckless abandonment. Bodies were put on the shelf, and they just didn't care. Then Ferguson looking back at Pettis. Got you. Got you.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 2, Anthony Pettis' corner has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson.
Danger is there of BJ underestimating Joe Stevenson in this fight?
I think, you know, that's been a factor maybe in the past. You know, maybe he hasn't trained as hard for fighters as he should have. But just from the information I've got, he's trained pretty hard for this fight.
And he gets some big strikes delivered early. BJ Penn looking to finish it quickly. Lightweight championship is underway.
Joe does not want to wind up at his back, and this is where he is immediately.
BJ Penn came storming out.
Joe is a very talented fighter, very talented in jiu-jitsu, but his jiu-jitsu there's levels in jiu-jitsu, and BJ's is a notch above Joe.
It's a notch above most people in the world. Sean, you have battled the best in the world. You are truly one of the best in the world. But are there sometimes things that BJ Penn does that even make you go, wow?
You know, for me, I think it's that flexibility.
Yeah.
That's something you don't see very often, and it's something that's hard to train for, because if you don't see that on a daily basis, it's hard to prepare for that. So the flexibility is definitely what I think separates him from most of the other fighters out there.
And the ability to move those legs, not just the flexibility in them. He has movement of them like other people have movement of their arms.
Mike Goldberg, Joe Rogan, former lightweight champion Sean Shirk joining us here in the broadcast booth. One will leave with the belt tonight. Sean Shirk will get a chance to get it back.
BJ's pressing Joe up against the cage, and Joe has a desperate look in his eyes, trying to avoid that.
Well, it was, you know, the amazing thing in the fight, with Jens Pulver was that BJ Penn kind of overpowered him and threw him around, and Jens admitted that. Jens goes to 145 in the WEC. He's trying to do the same here early, Sean, with Joe Stevenson.
It looks like he's trying to set the pace here, trying to set it at a high rate, maybe trying to tire out Joe, put some doubt in his mind. I mean, he's doing a good job here of controlling the fight and hitting and trying to take the fight away from Joe right in the beginning.
So far, so good for BJ Penn. A big strike early on Stevenson. Remember, this is a title fight, a championship matchup scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. You could just see, Joe, as this fight started, BJ Penn, you know, he'll get in great shape, he'll make the way to 155, but you could see as they were introducing him what high level of
BJ's got his back. Joe rolled over. Yeah, he's got his mount now. Wow. He's got a mount, he's grapevined him.
Trying to overwhelm and finish Stevenson here in the first round.
I was talking with Mark Lehman. I ran into Mark Lehman at the airport. We were talking about BJ's control, and he was telling us how his top game, like his control in the mount, his control when he's got your back is just really unbelievable. And until you've experienced it, it's just another level of control that BJ has.
Stevenson talked earlier in the week about this being his childhood dream to be a world champion. And he's living his dream. He seemed very unfazed coming into this matchup, and he's looking to weather the early storm.
Well, Joe's done a really good job so far of avoiding. I mean, he has avoided having BJ pass his guard. He got cracked there. BJ had him mounted, they had the grapevines in, and Joe got out of that situation, which is amazing in itself. He's back to that spot again.
BJ's got some really heavy hands, and I think he's using those punches to kind of stifle Joe and make Joe try to roll away and make a mistake with, trying to hurt him with those punches.
Penn definitely able to pass guard with relative ease here in round number 1.
He's got Joe inside control here.
BJ Penn gave Joe Stevenson a compliment when he said he reminds me of myself with his wrestling, his ground, and his stand-up. And it appears, as you said, Sean, he is not taking Joe Stevenson lightly.
No, he's coming out, he's pressing the pace, and he's looking good. He's pretty much dominating the top position, trying to establish dominance early in the fight.
Stevenson striking from the bottom there,
Joe's doing a great job of avoiding, making sure that BJ doesn't get in a dominant position. Because a couple times BJ's got mount in him, BJ got side control on him, but he moved it back to guard. That's impressive.
Stevenson really trying to strike from the bottom.
There's not a whole lot of guys that can stop BJ once he's got into a dominant position. And Joe has done that, and he's brought it back to a much more neutral spot.
Big elbow by Penn. Oh, wide open is Joe Stevenson. That elbow cut him wide open. Stevenson, you can almost, Stevenson's disgusted and upset because he's like, oh man, now I got cut. He doesn't want the fight to stop, but he is wide open.
Wow.
Nasty.
That is one of the quickest bleeding cuts I think I've ever seen.
Joe's upset, like I said, that this cut is very well going to be the end of this fight because that is nasty.
Yeah, that's like a broken fire hydrant.
Depends on where that cut is. If that cut's looks like it's in the middle where it could cause some problems.
Well, let's see what they can do to close it up.
Look in his eyes.
This right here is why this is the greatest sport in the world today. Look at that. Dripping with blood, coming out and ready to go. Wow, and a different look in his eyes. Almost like now you've wounded me, now you have a big problem.
Well, there's a sense of urgency now. He knows there's a cut on the head. If the fight keeps going, it could cause more of a problem and make the doctor take a second look at it.
Oh, big elbow by Joe Stevenson. What a picture of a warrior.
Looks like that cut's in a spot in Joe's forehead where the blood is going right between his eyes. It's not going in either eye, so the doctor could see that and let this fight keep going.
Wow, hands tight, moving around, wanting to avoid this fight going back down to the ground. BJ has excellent stand-up. Stevenson, with that urgency that Sean talked about, willing to exchange here. Caught him with a hook. Lightweight championship on the line.
Stevenson is key-eyeing with every punch.
He ate a left there. He was doing that from the ground too, Joe, in the first round. Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen that from him before.
Joe's boxing, to me, looks a lot more crisp than it has in the past. You got to figure with BJ's takedown defense, he must have known that this fight was going to remain on the feet for a while.
Uppercut. You know, Sean, you pointed out that the blood seems to be dripping down the center of his face, if you will, and not into his eyes. And it almost appears from our angle right here that it has not impaired his vision yet.
Yeah, I mean, that's something the doctor's looking at very closely right now. The blood's not going in his eyes. He can still see. You can notice he's not wiping his blood away from his eyes because it's not in his eyes. If there was a problem, now the doctor's going to look at it again, but you can see there's no blood in his eyes, so it shouldn't be a problem.
And this is why, in the first round, he reacted the way he did to getting cut open because, as you know, against Florian, you don't want to fight to stop that way if you feel fine, other than the fact you're bloodied up.
You don't want to lose a fight by a cut, and you really don't want to win a fight by a cut either, and it's something that's hard to deal with, and it does send a sense of urgency if you were the one that's getting cut.
Both these guys are covered in blood now.
Going to make them both very slippery, Joe, which is going to make a submission pretty highly unlikely.
Oh, good uppercut, good right hand. Joe's in trouble.
And BJ Penn has Joe Stevenson's back.
Joe does a great job of rolling over. He gives BJ the mount, though. He's got to keep his composure here. That blood has got to be in his eyes now, but he's doing a good job. He holds on to BJ's wrist. He's going to roll, but he's got to be careful in giving up his back.
Now, as you said, Joe, the blood is in his eyes. Big time.
He's just got to be careful that in this terrible spot that he doesn't lose his composure and give up a bad position. He's mounted, but if BJ gets his back with full hooks in,
it's the one submission
and
that
he's got him flat
very
down.
well in the fight.
Joe rolls over on his back again. This is better. BJ's got his legs crossed underneath him, though. You see that? That's almost like a guard from the top, and that's a very strong mount there like that. When you have your feet crossed under and you can grip a hold of the guy's body, very difficult for him to shake you off.
90 seconds remains in the round. Another elbow.
Oh,
that's a big left. Slippery as they are, he's going to go for the choke.
Well, you know what, Mike? The slipperiness actually helps chokes. He's got that one arm trapped. Notice that? BJ's really good at that. He traps that left arm. I mean, that's that physical dexterity that he has with his legs. He's got the choke.
Here we go.
That's it. That's a wrap.
It is all over. BJ Penn is the UFC lightweight champion.
Sean Shark, how frustrating is that to hear those words?
That's real frustrating. It's something I've worked real hard to get, and it's something I still feel like belongs to me. So looks like it'll be me and BJ next, and get that belt back where it belongs, right in Minnesota.
Give us your thoughts on that fight.
It's not going to go like this one did. You know, I feel like my boxing's better than his. My cardio's better. My heart's bigger. You know, I mean, anything can happen in a fight, though.
Let's take a look at the beginning of the end. As soon as BJ had him mounted, Joe was in some big trouble. Rock solid mount by BJ. He rolls him over, gets his back, and in this position, the blood actually helps get the choke. It makes it more slippery. It helps that arm sink underneath the neck, and he's got it deep.
What a great bit of heart and courage shown by Stevenson. But BJ Penn...
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 2 seconds of the second round, declaring the winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke. And now, the new UFC lightweight champion of the world, the Prodigy, BJ
Mike, is going to be whether or not Bigfoot can deal with Kane's speed. Wow.
Bigfoot,
he's already down.
Bigfoot threw a kick. Kane caught the leg and tossed him down. Bigfoot is good on his back. Watch the up kicks.
Kane got caught with one up kick. Good guard so far by Bigfoot.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Antonio Silva.
He's got to protect himself from the ground and pound, though.
Silva with wins over UFC champions Andre Arlovsky and Rico Rodriguez, as we talked about. He'd like to add a win over former champion Cain Velasquez to his resume. Velasquez, one of the most well-conditioned heavyweights in the UFC today. And he fought and competed in wrestling with that same ferocity. He's cut Silva open with an elbow.
One short elbow was all it took by Kane. Wow, there's a lot of blood. And another short elbow.
Kane is a determined and focused mixed martial artist. As determined, as hardworking as any in the game today.
Silva's having a hard time seeing Mike. That blood is going right into his eyes. Kane caught him right in the bridge of the nose, right in between the eyebrows.
Velasquez.
He's attacking that spot now.
Continuing to score with ground and pound, and another elbow, Joe. He pushed the head away to gain the leverage.
Bigfoot's having a really hard time seeing. Look at all that blood, man. That's incredible how much blood that is.
Nasty. As Joe mentioned, Antonio Silva was with the American top team, went to the Black Zillions for a bit. Alistair Overeem came to the Black Zillions, and Silva returned to his home with the American top team. They're going to check the cut.
Meet the corner, please.
We're going to take a look at that cut.
You see? Let it go. You okay with it? You good with it?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. That's it. Here. Down. On the ground.
They're going to bring him right back to the ground. There's the elbow that caused it. And Josh Rosenthal is going to start them off right back on the ground where they were.
And Velasquez continues with a high output pace of ground and pound. No fighter can match the striking output of Cain Velasquez.
And Bigfoot is still having a hard time. He keeps shaking his head, try to clear his vision. He's underhooking the leg of Cain Velasquez, attempting a sweep here. He's got to go deep under that leg, though. And Cain, recognizing that, moves that hand and continuing to tee off on Bigfoot.
Velasquez averages more significant strikes per minute than anyone in the UFC today. Number 2 is Anderson Silva. Antonio Silva is in early trouble here. The left hand connects. Bloodied up by a sharp elbow of Cain Velasquez. And he continues to bleed.
Yeah, this is a mess, man. I mean, this is really, he's really struggling to see Mike. And he's opening him up further. Oh, another hard elbow. This is...
Velasquez is a warrior. Now he's going to be very slippery as Silva now.
Kane's got his back.
Josh Rosenthal might stop this.
Bigfoot tries to roll.
Rosenthal was moving in closely.
Bigfoot knows this is a huge fight for him. He knows it's a huge opportunity. And he's trying, but Kane is absolutely relentless. He's turning up.
Trying to finish it right here. It is all over. Cain Velasquez finishes Antonio Silva.
That was a statement. That was a real statement by
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Josh Rosenthal has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 36 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Cain Velasquez.
Do that against Rory MacDonald. Lawler, MacDonald for the belt. Here we go. Tonight's Fight Clock is brought to you by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. Lawler the southpaw in the dark trunks, white trunks for Rory MacDonald.
Good straight right by Rory. Rory fights long, Mike.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that presents his opponents
with a lot of problems. He's very good at closing distance and then getting away.
The chance of USA for Lawler. Good left hand.
Both guys just measuring each other.
Yep.
Looking for openings.
15th year as a professional for Lawler. So that goes back to when Rory MacDonald was 10 years old. Nice jab.
Strong inside leg kick by Robbie.
Rory returns. Lot of mutual respect here, Joe. There's that long right again.
Didn't quite make it though. Caught him on the end of it.
Rory, a great athlete, as both men are. Jonathan Chainberg has worked very closely over the years, the strength and conditioning of Rory MacDonald.
Robbie is showing patience in this fight, Mike. And that might not be anticipated by Rory. We're seeing a thinking Robbie Lawler. You're seeing a guy who's still growing and learning.
Robbie says, I'm good, let's go. I mean, Robbie even said the other day, Joe, that he's grown as a fighter in the last 7 months.
Well, they say that about a guy who becomes a champion. When the guy becomes a champion, his confidence grows. And you saw that from Robbie as he's standing there being introduced. He was loving it. He was enjoying it. Much more animated than we've seen from him in the past.
Absolutely. It's been quite a journey for Robbie Lawler. Amazingly, too, Joe, the first champion from American Top Team. And he's staying right out of harm's way, right at the end and then a little bit back of that right hand of Rory MacDonald. The southpaw orthodox matchup. Watch for those straight punches.
Both guys very cautious here. They realize also that this is a 5-round fight.
Yes.
Conserving the gas tank.
Just the second 5-round fight for Rory MacDonald.
And there's that right hand again. Rory looking for the uppercut as well. Looking to get Robbie to open up and be aggressive, which is his usual style. But so far, Robbie laying back, being very patient.
Robbie said years ago if he were a baseball player, he'd be a home run hitter. Lawler always has that left hand ready to go. Rory's last 5-rounder was against Tarek Safady in his most recent win in Halifax. He finished that fight in the 3rd.
Rory's having some good success with that kick to the body from the back leg.
Under 90 seconds.
And there's a shot, stuffed, and nice knee. Nice knee by Robbie as well. Robbie's been spending a lot of time working with King Mo Lual, who's an outstanding wrestler. A lot of training with him, tightening up that wrestling defense as well as his takedowns. And again, it's one of those things about having such an amazing gym like American Top Team. So many great uppercut to the body by Lawler. It was a hard shot to the body.
We listen into Lawler's corner. There's the man you mentioned, Joe.
And there's that kick again. That one glanced off the cup on the way in.
And he was warned by John McCarthy. Robbie landed that, landed that right hand, Joe. Third his corner calling for the 2-3 with that straight left and a hook with the right. Up the middle, like you said earlier.
Same shot. It's a front kick to the body.
20 seconds. Nicely done. Good connection. That was the 3-2. Final seconds.
The only problem with a round like this, they're feeling each other out, but who the hell knows who won that round? You know, I mean, you really can't go back to your corner.
Will that be against, potentially? We do not know quite yet. Round 2. Up the middle of that kick again, Joe.
He keeps glancing off the cup, though. He did it again. You see there's a red mark on the belly of Robbie Lawler where he's landing it, though. But several times he's knocked off the cup on the way in. It's just the trajectory of the kick.
2002, Robbie Lawler, considered the Mike Tyson of MMA, and the champ is watching Octagon side tonight.
Robbie's having good success with that right jab.
A lot of footwork. Significant strikes thus far. Rory MacDonald plus 10. Robbie trying to close in now. Just stuck the jab right in the face of Lawler there. Robbie looking to parry that lead hand and deliver the left.
Robbie checked that leg kick from Rory well.
There's a good
straight left.
And answered by MacDonald.
Rory opened up with that combination there.
Well done.
Up
the
and
middle.
To the chin.
And you know what? He's been setting it up going low, Joe.
He likes to throw that fake front and then turn into a roundhouse kick as well.
th time Lawler has been scheduled for 5 rounds.
Again to the body.
Measure.
For Asahabi.
Measure, beautiful. You're doing beautiful. Beautiful. Pick him apart, baby.
TriStar knows a little something about champions. GSP, one of the greatest ever, and a true mentor to Rory MacDonald.
He mixed it up well there with a good straight to the body, but Robbie caught him again with that jab. Oh, he went high with that. Very nicely done. Out of nowhere.
Back to the center. Lead hook just missed.
Yeah, Rory's doing a good job of staying just on the outside of that, catching it on the very end.
That kick that he keeps going to, Joe, is starting to open up other options. And as you mentioned, you can see the redness on the stomach of Lawler.
Yeah, it will pay. It will pay dividends if he keeps landing it. And he did it again. But Robbie's starting to block it now. He's not letting it go through. Partly because he anticipates it is coming, but also because it's doing damage.
Let's see if Robbie,
went there with the punch.
In blocking it, leaves an opening for Rory, though.
Well, as Robbie is getting more aggressive to try to pay Rory back, now Rory's having a better success countering, but that was a beautiful 1-2 by Robbie.
Such great footwork.
Oh, nice combination.
Little slip and rip. Rory's busted up a bit, Joe.
That was that 1-2 by Robbie, and again.
Lawler feeling it. You can tell by the way he's moving right now. Feels the momentum.
And Rory with a nice combination. Oh,
and
nice.
Again.
And again.
Good counters by MacDonald.
Oh,
big left hand by
Robbie. They're opening up.
Robbie pushing forward. The rematch for the title.
There's a lot of blood.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pouring out of Rory's nose.
Robbie's busted him up, and we're just in the 2nd round. Robbie,
good 1-2.
Again with a combination that scores with now just 30 seconds on the clock.
He is such a much more polished striker. In this most recent run in the UFC, he's just a completely different fighter.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's incredible. That after all these years, he's still learning and growing.
Again, he connects. Rory, though, again on the counter. Final seconds.
Robbie tagged with another left hand in that exchange. And that is his big power shot. He throws that sweeping hook, too, to set up the straight left.
Despite a good round for Robbie Lawler. Firas Zahabi said he's getting a little anxious in there, forcing it too much.
Well, Robbie has been so patient, so uncharacteristically patient. And this is, again, a part of the maturing process that we've recognized from him. He's just getting better.
Robbie has finished 20 of his 25 wins with 19 by strikes. 5 of those kicks and knees. Rory looking to find the range, take the momentum back. It's a good second round for the champion.
And that was one of very few kicks that Robbie's thrown in this fight. Making sure he doesn't get taken down. Oh, good left hand.
Rolled underneath it and boom.
Snapped his head back.
Robbie again steps in. Rory looks to answer. Lawler keeping MacDonald at the end of that jab.
Beautiful straight jab. Again, a stinging jab by Robbie Lawler.
The jab, the significant difference here in this fight. And they're few better than George St. Pierre with the utilization of the jab. Robbie's doing it against Rory so far. Can he get a takedown?
He's looking for it. Wow, beautiful sprawl by Lawler. Beautiful.
Outstanding.
And punishes him.
Rory's taken down 8 of the 9 opponents.
Oh, wow.
He's attempted to get to the ground. He hasn't done it yet against Robbie.
Rory's face is a mess. He's bleeding from several cuts now.
Yeah, he's by far taken more damage tonight than in any fight in his career. Vancouver, he was 7 seconds in what many believed away from victory. Carlos Condit turned it up in 2010 in the previously mentioned meeting with Robbie Lawler. 18 wins despite those 2 fights. You can see how the momentum is changing towards the champion.
Well, clearly from the second round on, it's been Robbie Lawler getting the better of the exchanges and definitely doing the most damage. And this round, even more impressive. I mean, Rory is really busted up. He is a mask of blood.
And Robbie looks good. Robbie looks, well, he took that one. Robbie looks like he hasn't taken much damage at all, Joe.
Even when Rory's, that was a nice shot by Rory. Even when Rory's landing these shots, Robbie's managing to get just out of the way of them. So they slide off of him or catches him on the end.
Right there.
Oh, he caught him with a nice short right hook.
Yeah, he did. Just over a minute and a half on the clock here in round 3.
Rory also can't breathe out of his nose right now, so he's forced to fight with his mouth open.
You heard Firas Zahabi in the corner saying, don't clear the nose, watch as he went in after that round to get attended to. Also makes you susceptible to the knockout. A big cut on the forehead over the right eye of Rory as well.
And even though Robbie's had Rory hurt, has damaged him considerably, he's still very patient. And that's the new Robbie Lawler.
Sometimes it's your second or third trip around the track, which is your best.
So he's catching him on the very end of these, which really doesn't have a significant impact.
Right.
It's like the power area, Robbie, blocked that, but he might have hurt him.
Yeah, he's staggered. Rory closing in now. Robbie staggered by that kick.
He's hurt.
He's hit again. MacDonald again with the head kick.
Robbie's in big trouble, Mike.
Rory feels it.
Knee, elbow.
20 seconds. MacDonald pouring it on. 15
Nasty
seconds.
elbows.
Robbie trying to get out of the way. Looking to survive. is Rory MacDonald.
He's badly hurt. He is wobbled back to his corner, Mike. Excellent punches. This is a wild fight.
Championship rounds. First time ever for Rory MacDonald.
There's a head kick again. Robbie's in trouble. He is in trouble.
Firas Zahabi said you are figuring him out.
That front kick, what a combination.
Nice elbows. MacDonald with a knee. Looking to finish it right here and become the champion.
Kick to the body. That front kick, he says he's fine.
John McCarthy right on top of it.
He's talking to him. Robbie turns to him. He keeps saying, I'm fine. Leave me alone.
Those kicks to the body hurt Lawler.
And to the head again.
This is a whole different fight.
This is incredible. Beautiful elbows by Rory.
Rory trying to break him down now. Round 4. Robbie fires back. Some swelling on the right eye of Lawler.
Again with the head kick.
Robbie getting wobbly out there.
Completely different fight here. Rory's just picking him apart from here.
One head kick and boom, everything turned, Joe.
And Robbie still looks like he's on wobbly legs.
Absolutely.
He doesn't look like he's penetrating with his punches.
Rory staying careful, staying disciplined. All of a sudden, the momentum on his side, and that's got to give this kid confidence.
And Robbie's not offering any threat right now either.
Right. Rory was confident, of course, coming in. Robbie was very good early. Rory frustrated. Now he's getting the better of Robbie Lawler. 2 minutes into round 4.
Again, he masked it with the punch.
Firas Zahabi talked about that, Joe, in the corner.
Superman punch.
Superman landed. Look at the blood, though, still from Rory MacDonald.
Good right hook by Robbie.
Robbie back on the board. What a fight.
Good combination by Lawler. Lawler seems to be recovering.
They meet. Uppercut landed by MacDonald. They work in the clinch.
Robbie with the kick to the body. Beautiful elbow by Robbie. Nice jab.
Yep, stiff jab. Connects again.
Rory's getting a little reckless here, Mike.
And that's what Zahabi said don't do. Be patient. You're starting to figure him out. Lawler's starting to work his way back. Answered that head kick with a combination.
Nice 1-2 by Rory.
Robbie was in a
beautiful shot. Look at that sprawl by Lawler. Outstanding.
Right after him again. Robbie was in trouble. John McCarthy. Watch Robbie work his way into this round that now has 90 seconds remaining. Robbie, the dominant striker, rounds 1 and 2. Rory, amazing in round 3.
Again, that front kick to the body.
Joe, their last fight was very even until the last minute or two. That was a 3-round battle.
Good right hand over the top for Rory. A lot of blood coming out of Robbie's mouth now.
Yeah. So you want to be a mixed martial artist. Rory just showing so much determination. Working through very deep water early. Now Robbie looking to connect again. 20 seconds remain in round 4.
Both guys are standing much more flat-footed in these exchanges, Mike. As they fatigue, they're having a harder time getting out of the way of these shots, and it makes these exchanges much more dangerous.
And both of them having a tough time breathing.
Again, he goes to that head kick.
Wow, how good is this? Robbie cleared the blood.
Flooring him.
Fifth and final round. Their first fight, a split decision. Lawler took over late. Can Robbie do so here and defend, or will we have a new champion?
Superman punch. Nice jab by Robbie.
Yep. It may very well come down to these 5 minutes, partner. Nicely done again by Lawler. And again.
Wild exchanges. Oh, he tagged him with that left.
Look at how ferocious Lawler is here in the 21st minute. Lands it.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
This may be it.
That's it. That's it.
It is all over.
Wow.
Robbie Lawler remains the welterweight champion.
Wow. What a fight. What a fight. And what a decisive ending for Robbie Lawler in a fight where he was really pushed. Really pushed to the limit, on the brink of losing his title. Came back and stopped Rory MacDonald in the final round. Amazing.
That punch, one of many to the nose of Lawler, finished the fight. Let's take a look at it on our fight replay.
MacDonald.
Brought to you by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. Watch it, he'll grab his nose.
It just shattered on him. Yeah, and he just couldn't take the pain anymore. Covered up, and that was it. I mean, it was already a shattered nose. But that one punch was the straw that broke the camel's back. What an incredible fight. And a fight where both men were really pushed to the limit. But Robbie Lawler, like champions do, found a way to win.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee John McCarthy has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute of round number 5, declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Ruthless Robbie Lawler.
Fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Big John McCarthy, our referee. Here we go! McGregor, the southpaw in the green trunks. Diaz, the southpaw in the black trunks.
And as I suspected, right away, he's opening up with the leg kicks. A tactic that Rafael Dos Anjos used successfully on Nate Diaz. Nate got that one up, but still took it in the meat of his leg. Again, Connor, those are brutal leg kicks he's landing on Nate.
Connor looking for redemption, the ultimate redemption of his fighting career, and he's opening up, as many people thought he would, trying to chop down the lead leg of Nate Diaz.
And those are unchecked, brutal power kicks off that back leg. And Nate is already getting light with that front leg, trying to prepare for those kicks. But he's always heavy on that front leg, Mike, that boxing-based style of his. He checked that one.
Yep, checked that one. And a lot of this, Joe, is due to Conor's involvement of the ground game. Throw the kicks, he's not worried about getting down on the mat with Nate Diaz.
Well, it's also just an excellent tactic because Nate has shown ability to be hit there before. And again.
McGregor over and over.
Oh,
He rocked him.
He tagged him.
Straight left connects. Conor says, get on up.
Again with that leg kick.
Fight going according to plan thus far for McGregor. 2 minutes in. First fight was 5.5 months ago, and McGregor had early success.
And again with the leg kick. Nate's having a problem with that leg, Mike. He's moving on it funny.
Conor with a combination. Diaz.
Again,
he
slams
just
it in
ate
there.
that one, Joe.
Beautiful timing on that leg kick.
Diaz opens up.
The leg kick is a huge factor in this fight, and Conor's using it brilliantly.
Conor just able to slip that jab. Again he does.
Good shot to the body by Conor.
Good counter.
And again with the leg kick.
Diaz just eating him. He's checked one. Conor has talked a lot, Joe, about this fight going deep into the latter rounds, and that's where he feels he'll have a big advantage.
And another one, another leg kick.
See, Nate's already lighter on that front foot.
Well, he's trying to check him if he can, but he eats another one. Conor's doing a great job of timing it off of his punches as Nate leans back.
And Nate's not circling away from that left kick at all.
Another one. I mean, a beautiful display of leg kicking so far by Conor.
Long reach. 30 seconds.
Long reach, but not long enough to avoid the leg kick.
Yep.
And another one.
Conor has said precision beats power, timing beats speed.
He tagged him again.
Final seconds of the round. 1-0 McGregor. Read a great quote that said, defiance and disdain, these men wear it like a suit of armor.
Check that one. And Nate's corner was saying no more free kicks. He ate another one. Oh, big left. He hurt him with that.
Get back up. That's two, Joe.
And another leg kick.
He's picking them apart right now. All Conor McGregor. 19 and counting with the leg kicks.
Oh, he hurt him.
And again. Conor feels it. Wouldn't it be something if he stops him in round 2? Which is when Diaz defeated him 5.5 months ago. Conor looks perfect thus far.
Nate's having a hard time moving on that right leg as well, Mike. That could be a factor in why he's falling down like this, plus the clean, hard shots of Conor.
Only 2 men have stopped Nate Diaz. Josh Thompson in 2013, Hermes Franca in 2006.
Another nasty leg kick by Conor.
Thus far, Nate unable to get into that flow.
Relax,
Not just not able to get in the flow, not able to get success with anything yet.
Left hook is okay. On the leg, on the leg.
John Kavanaugh.
There we
Again,
go.
beautiful.
No, and hands high,
So far, just a perfect strategy by Conor.
And we knew he left no stone unturned in preparation for this rematch. Obsessed every single day.
And again,
waiting for tonight. Midway point of round number 2.
beautiful counter.
Slip and rip. Conor is happy to wait for what's given to him, instead of hunting down openings like he did in the first fight.
Well, he's getting more and more confident as this fight goes on. Standing right in front of Nate and outboxing him here. Again with the leg kick. And again, man. Nate putting pressure on him. He senses Conor slowing down.
Diaz trying to score here.
Nate moving forward. Oh, he's
Good
landing.
combination.
Conor's moving away now. Nate is sensing Conor McGregor getting tired, and he's starting to put pressure on Conor.
Which is what happened in the first fight. Diaz pushing forward here, just over a minute on the clock. In the second, Conor goes body. Nate trying to open up.
Nate putting pressure on
And
him.
rocks him. And again. Big combinations. We have ourselves a fight.
Nate Diaz weathered the storm, and now Conor McGregor is in trouble.
30 seconds.
He goes high with the knee. He tags him again.
But Diaz just walks through it, Joe. Uppercuts. Body. 10. This place is awesome.
Three.
Diaz, the aggressor early.
Conor's still breathing heavy, Mike.
Yep. And he's been much more calculated in this fight, Joe, and still breathing heavy.
Yep. I think Dominic Cruz had a very good point in his analysis of this fight. Conor is fading radically here. Big, deep breaths, hands moving much slower. A much diminished fighter in this third round.
And Nate senses it.
Nate just pointed to him, and he just rocked him.
They
And now he's
clinch.
putting pressure on him.
And Richard Perez, longtime boxing coach, said to Nate, put him against the cage. Throw some knees.
And Nate went for the takedown there unsuccessfully, but he's making Conor fight a clinch battle. And we've said time and time again, this is one of the most grueling aspects of MMA. deep breaths by Conor, and the chants of Diaz ring through the crowd.
The #1 driver of success is hunger. These men have a great hunger, a great drive, and they will leave it all inside the octagon tonight. Good counter by Conor.
And again with the leg kick, a hard one. And a good counter left.
Diaz covers up. Takes one to the body.
There's still plenty of time in this round, Mike.
3 minutes, Joe.
And he's talking to him now, talking to him and putting pressure on him.
Stand right in his face. Here we go.
Oh, boy.
Good spin by Conor.
Caught the leg.
But
Nate caught the leg.
Right in front of his corner, McGregor listening to the instruction from his coaches. Midway point of this fight.
Diaz drops down for a double. Let's see if he can get it. Conor defended, but again, defending in this kind of clinch battle is brutal and draining.
Nice elbow on the, it was a little bit of a break, and they tangle again. Conor has only had one career fight go the distance.
Good combination on the break by Nate. Conor's moving away here, and Nate's pointing at him. Oh, he's tired.
Yeah, got him right over the ear. There's those kicks again. They're much more hurried and much more labored. Look at the total strikes. Over 200 combined. Wow.
And Nate points at him after he hits him. And Conor countered with a left hand himself. This is a dogfight, ladies and gentlemen. A real dogfight. And Nate tagged him with a 1-2.
Clinch. Quick punches to the jaw.
Oh!
There's the big body shots. McGregor's in big trouble here.
Nate Diaz is
looking to finish it right here, right now. Body.
Tremendous pressure by Nate Diaz.
This was the beginning of the end in the first matchup.
But Conor's doing a much better job of defending in this round. Oh, nasty shot to the body.
Big trouble for McGregor. Final seconds of the round. Just trying to survive. Wow.
Huge round for Nick.
And the 5th 5-round fight for Diaz. Main event, non-title, but 5-minute rounds.
A hard 1-2 by Conor, a good left hand over the top.
Nate took some punishment early, weathered the storm, literally. Man, he turned it on at the end of the round.
Another hard leg kick by Conor. Nate's got a big cut on his cheek now, Mike, as well as above his eye.
Tonight, the first time that Conor has ever been in a 4th round. He's had 6 5-round fights in the UFC, including tonight. Never gone the distance in a 5-round fight.
They're going at it in these clinches, Mike. And Nate Diaz is throwing volumes of punches, whereas Conor's pot-shotting him.
Nate's all bloodied up.
He is, and he's having a hard time seeing, Mike. He keeps wiping his eyes. Another hard leg kick. He wobbled him with that one, Mike. Good shot to the body by Conor. Front kick to the chest by Nate.
Counter.
Nate is bloodied up, Mike, real bad. And he just ate another hard left hand by Conor.
Conor re-energized here early in round 4.
Again, Nate with the clinch, drops down for the double. Can he get it? No, good defense by Conor.
Diaz has gone 25 minutes once in his career. It's just the second time he's been to a 4th round.
Again, Nate keeps reaching down, trying to complete a takedown. He hit him with another nice knee to the body.
Yeah.
Now he's ripping shots.
Diaz's advantage in total strikes continues to grow.
Big shot by Conor. And Diaz returns fire.
Great use of the clinch with that elbow. Both men bringing it.
Another nice knee to the body by Nate. And Conor turns the clinch around.
A lot of time on the clock.
Conor with a beautiful combination.
Both of these men so durable.
Nate staggered him there. Oh, beautiful counter by Conor.
There's the kick. When you get this much buildup and this much anticipation for a fight, it's absolutely wonderful when the fight is like the one we're watching right now, Joe.
Absolutely.
And they're still swinging.
Very nice combination there by Conor. He seems to have caught a second win, Mike. Moving well, good combination.
A slip and rip.
That was a good hard left hand over the top.
30 seconds on the clock here in round 4. Slip.
In that round.
They are on their feet here inside the sold-out T-Mobile Arena. 5 minutes remain.
Nasty leg kick to start things off.
Gilbert Melendez telling Nate Diaz, you need to win this round. This fight could very well be tied at 2.
Nate putting the pressure on him. Conor attempts a flying knee.
And Nate just smothers it.
clinch around here. Conor's got Nate's back. Nate checked that one. Man, look at the blood. Good Lord. Nate's having a real hard time seeing out of that right eye, Mike. It is a mess.
Looking for more pressure.
His face is so busted up here, and John took a big, good look at it.
Conor got out of the way. Oh, caught him with that right. The moment you would think we're in Dublin.
Nate drops down for the double. Can he get it?
This would be huge.
Cannot get it.
Wow.
Excellent takedown defense by Conor.
Outstanding. And remember the first fight, it was Conor who initiated the takedown. McGregor
Excellent combination there by Nate. And Conor moves away from him.
Yep.
Conor's tired,
stuffed
Mike.
all 3 takedowns. Trying to stay in it here, Joe. 2.5 minutes.
Good combination by Conor, and Nate shakes his head. But those shots landed, as did those.
Past the midway point of our 5th and final round.
Excellent shot there by Nate.
There's a clinch.
Oh!
Big elbow. Conor takes a look up at the clock. 2 minutes.
Knee to the body by Nate. He drops down again for the double. Can he get it? No.
Wow.
Excellent defense again by Conor.
That's huge. 90 seconds. Wow, look how close round 5 is.
But a lot of pressure here by Nate. The judges are going to be looking at this. He's the one pressuring Conor up against the cage and landing these shots. And Conor's having much more success on the outside. Oh, just missed with that elbow.
1 minute.
And Conor turns it around. Conor with a trip, and Nate right back up to his feet. Nate turns it around again. 30 seconds to go.
The biggest fight in MMA history. 20 seconds. Recognition. Redemption.
Beautiful takedown by Nate Diaz.
In the final seconds of the 5th round. Could be huge on the judges' scorecards.
Wow. What a fight.
They left it all inside the octagon.
What a fight. Wow. Unbelievable. This crowd is on its feet. Those men just gave everything they had. And win, lose, or draw, that was an incredible performance by both fighters.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Raise one to right now.
Now let's take a look at some of the knockdowns by Conor. There's that left hand. Here's another one. Early in the fight, Conor was having his way with the stand-up, with that straight left, and with the left leg kick. There's a nice elbow by Diaz. Somewhere around the 3rd round, towards the end of the second round, really, Diaz started coming on strong. Combinations, just swarmed him, hit him with that elbow there. And what's really big is this takedown at the end of the 5th and final round. That is huge.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Jeff Moen scores the contest, 48-47, McGregor. Glenn Struve scores it, 47-47. And Derek clearly scores it, 48-47 for the winner by majority decision, the notorious Conor McGregor!
It's coming. How well our well-trained fighters actually protect themselves on the ground, Joe? You know, you think, oh my goodness, that one's got to just rip his head off, but the guys do a great job of protecting themselves, deflecting a lot of the blows.
Yeah. Good left hook by Babalu. Excellent left hook. And good takedown defense by David Heath. Grabbed that underhook very quickly. Babalu's got him pressed up against the cage. David Heath bleeding from the nose from that left hook. Babalu showing an improvement in his boxing skills. Oh, David Heath allows the fight to go to the ground.
Bloodied up is David Heath. Good elbows again by Babalu. Babalu
David Heath cut bad on his forehead.
Pace.
There's a bad cut on his forehead.
Babalu looking to finish it. Mazzagatti on top of the action.
Look at that splatter, man. That is a nasty cut.
And Heath is checking it.
I'm amazed that Mazzagatti isn't having a doctor look at that. There's blood everywhere. Whoa. That is nasty.
David Heath has been cut wide open. Now the blood's starting to go in his eyes. This one could be very close to conclusion.
It's tough to see where the injury is, where the cut is, because there's so much blood. It's tough to see how big it is. Any cut on the forehead, though, would just bleed horribly.
And he got caught by the hook, as you mentioned, Joe, but then just a barrage of blows here in Babalu's ground and pound game.
David Heath is getting mauled here, and the blood in the eyes is not helping him.
Babalu smells it.
Wow, he is just covered in blood.
What a survivor David Heath is here. And you said the forehead, the opening in the forehead bleeds, plus you've got all that adrenaline, your heart's a pumping, and you just bleed.
All right, Babalu's passing. He passed a half guard. Looks like he was trying an arm triangle on that side. It's so slippery now, it's going to be easy for him to pass to side control.
Back of the head.
Will it be difficult for him to get a grip to submit, though, with all the slipperiness?
No, it actually makes it easier because it slides underneath the neck. All that blood, it's like, you know, we've seen it in fights before where guys have accidentally used Vaseline on their face. It was actually in a Pat Miletich fight against Carlos Newton. His corner put some Vaseline on him, and Carlos Newton snuck that choke in nice and easy. The sweatier you are, the easier it is to get the chokes under the arm.
Heath opened up here in the early part of round 2.
That is a bloody mess of a mat.
Babalu continuing, but Heath is intelligently defending himself, so Mazzagatti says, fight on, boys.
I mean, Babalu just took a look at that gash. Oh, look at, I mean, that's a horror movie. What's going on, man? That's ridiculous. If you saw that in the movie, you'd be like, that's too much blood.
Dana White has often said, do you want to be a fighter? I guess these two guys answer yes, definitively. Swinging for the fences, and the finish is Babalu. Still lots of time remains here in round 2, and Heath trying to get up.
And another factor is that this is going to weaken David Heath.
Absolutely.
All this blood loss, I mean, that's real, man. It's like, I mean, when you give blood, it weakens you. And he's given a lot more. Oh, anaconda choke.
And
he's got it. He's got that gator roll deep. It's deep.
Over.
Very nice.
Babalu has beaten David Heath.
Whoa, Babalu did not let go and put David Heath to sleep, even after David Heath tapped.
It all started at the weigh-ins, as I mentioned, Joe.
Let's look at that again, because Babalu felt the tap, David Heath tapped, and Babalu gritted his teeth and hung on, even after Steve Mazzagatti tried to pull him off. He purposely punished David Heath and put him to sleep. Here's the gator roll. Watch, he's got this. He grabs a hold of it and he rolls towards his right arm. Watch this here. Bang, and as he rolls, he tightens it in deeper. See him roll? It's deep and tight. David Heath is in deep trouble here. Now watch, David Heath taps, And Babalu, seeing this Steve Maz, squeezes anyway, won't let go, and puts him to sleep. Let's take another look at that. The crowd is booing. David Heath is bloody, battered. He goes for the tap, and Babalu says no. He will not let go of the choke. He's looking Steve Mazzagatti right in the eye, and he puts him to sleep.
Booing, and I think it's justifiably so.
Bad blood.
Amen. No pun intended. Babalu wins by submission.
Real bad cut. And he's got to know that it's really possible this fight can be stopped at any minute.
Which means you better look for the knockout right away.
Oh, and he does with the big knee. But now he's on his back again. And, you know, no matter how good your guard is, you don't want that big guy dropping those punches on your damaged head.
Yep. And you know that Dan Mergliata's going to stop this if this continues right here.
But you know what? He's got a leg. He's got a straight ankle lock. He turns it into a heel hook.
Man, if he could pull this off, Joe.
It's going to be real hard. Stojnic's knee is already out. He's going to have to switch it up and stay on top of him. And now he's on top of Stojnic. Now we got something going.
Second round,
he's
just underway.
Stay tight. He can't let Stojnic up.
If he survives and wins this fight.
Full mount. He's got his back with a triangle. He's got the body lock. This is bad for Stojnic. He's got the rear naked Mike.
Can he finish it?
He's putting tremendous pressure on Stojnic's back here as well. If he flattens him out, look at his head is bleeding. Man, this is last-ditch effort here for Struve. He's got a naked choke, but he's got it under the arm. It's not good enough. He's got to get it straight under the chin, and now he does. Oh, he's got it locked up. This is it. Stojnic is hanging in there, though. He's gotten it out.
Well, the blood makes you slippery, too.
It does, but it also makes the arm slip underneath the neck easier.
Struve looking for the submission here.
Oh, my God. This is a horror movie, man. This is crazy. This is nuts. We got to get this fight over before Struve bleeds to death. Okay, you're not going to submit him like this. He's got to get that arm out of the way. He's got to control the wrist. He's got to get that one of his arms. He's got to get underneath Stojnic's neck. But as long as he keeps that body triangle and he flattens him out, he puts tremendous pressure on the back of Denis Stojnic. He's going to try to stop him with punches. Man, this is crazy.
Struve working on Stojnic again.
Oh, he's got the neck again.
Oh, this could be it.
No, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. He's underneath the chin, but God, it's just like hot oil wrestling with blood. I mean, Struve has got to be really weakened by this, Mike. I mean, he's giving blood right now.
But Stojnic has got to improve his position here, Joe.
He does, but the thing is, can Struve make it out of this round? Can he keep this up? When he flattens him out, though, that's
all over! Stefan Struve has defeated Denis Stojnic!
What a comeback!
Unbelievable!
I don't even know if he had the choke in there. That might have been from the back. It might have been from the pressure on the back.
Unbelievable!
It's tough to tell. We'll have to look at the replay, but you know, you can't submit a guy there. Ivan Salivary submitted Tony Strickland that way, just by getting that body lock and putting pressure on the spine. And this is where it all fell apart for Denis Stojnic. He had Struve in some big trouble. Now, as soon as he gets that body lock into those long legs, tremendous advantage for Struve. And he tried over and over again for this rear naked. He tried a lot of it. A lot of the time he tried it. Now, look at this. See, it's like he's got it underneath there, but not totally. I think a lot of it was just the beating, the exhaustion, and, you know, the body lock, the triangle on his back. Maybe not even in the same dimension.
The MMA elite putting on a show tonight.
What you're seeing here, Mike, is talent and the fruits of labor. And BJ Penn finally, in his career, has brought the two of them together.
Well, it's like we said earlier, hard work beats talent when talent refuses to work hard. But when talent decides to work hard, you get BJ Penn.
Yeah, that's a scary man.
Diego definitely looking to push forward here.
Not giving up, you know.
No, you know, there's no give up in Diego Sanchez, right?
Incredible heart. And he's trying, and he's driving BJ to the cage. But look, BJ, calm as glass. Easily avoids a takedown. Now he's got the Muay Thai plum. And Diego's got to look out for knees now, because if BJ can get those forearms in between him, Diego drops down again. And he hits that switch. Same thing he did in the early rounds. Hits that switch against the cage. Diego knows it's coming. He's trying to hold on to that leg for dear life. Look for BJ to try it again. Diego drops down. That's one way to get it to the ground. But look at the sprawl of BJ.
I mean, you also are taking a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt down. Sort of.
Well, I mean, he did whatever he could. He tried to just drag him into his guard, but you know, BJ's not having it.
Just over 3 minutes away from defending his title. A day shy of his 31st birthday. Think about how long you and I, Joe, have been watching BJ Penn fight.
Oh, BJ with a kick.
In the prime of his career.
He hit him with some big punches there too, Mike. He's trying to finish this fight.
No question. Those were the best connections since round one.
And again, BJ's just out grappling him as well as out striking him.
He's just pouring blood now, Joe.
I mean, he's really toying with him.
Yeah.
And now he's turning it on.
Yeah. Diego's
a
muddied up. And Herb Dean's gonna check the cut.
Wow.
Baby J!
Wow, that is a gigantic cut over his eye. That's it.
It is all over!
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the greatest lightweight in the history of the sport.
Baby J defends! Shaking the hand of his opponent, the Nightmare, Diego Sanchez. That's one tough kid.
He's as tough as nails. This will be a man. Look at the size of that cut. Wow.
You did it, DJ. You did it, man. You did it, bro.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. The difference is drinkability. That's a crazy Hawaiian right there.
That's a warrior right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Diego.
He defines scrapper. Here's the Bud Light replay, Joe.
And here we see the end. BJ with a high kick that opened up the cut.
Yep, right away.
And then just swarmed on him.
Joe, let's go all the way back to round one when he really rocked him. Ducked under, right hand. Looked like he might end the fight in round one. And the Hilo Kid wins for the 11th time inside the octagon.
Are you ready, sir? Ready? Fight!
The fight clock is brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
Set it up, set it up, set it up! 1-1, high check, 2 pass bys.
Miller trying to get that left hand going early. The uppercut flails and misses.
Good inside leg kick by Miller. Good combinations as well. The southpaw stance, bit of a puzzle for a lot of orthodox fighters. Nice knee to the body as well. But Joe Lauzon has a very good straight right hand. And that is the classic weapon against the southpaw stance. Southpaw stance also opens itself up both offensively and defensively for kicks.
Feel it out, feel it out!
Nice inside leg kick there. Oh, beautiful attack by Miller.
And Lauzon covering up here early.
Jimmy, off the gate! Off the gate! Jimmy, off the gate! Go again!
Here's Mike Constantino telling Jim Miller to get off the cage. Another big left hand for Miller.
But that's what I was talking about offensively. The kick to the body. The body is from the southpaw to orthodox stance. It really opens it up, and Jim Miller's going off here. Very aggressive. Knee to the body again. Big punch. And Lauzon responds.
Both of these guys forever game. Jim Miller, though, getting the hands going here early through 2 minutes.
And attack the inside the leg again. Jim Miller having tremendous success in this first round.
And we'll see if Lauzon tries to change the complexion of this opening round.
And there's Lauzon attacking to the body, but not a lot into that kick.
Hands back to your chin, Miller. Here he comes. He comes forward. Get over you, Jim. Let's back up those.
Now the question becomes, how much energy did Miller? Wow, he's coming at it again. Oh my God. Big shots by Miller. Dirty boxing here. He's hurt. Lauzon is hurt. Arm triangle attempt from a standing position. If he can drag him down to the ground, Lauzon's in a lot of trouble. He's a bloody mess.
Jim Miller is putting it on Joe Lauzon here midway through round 1.
Wow, what a tremendous opening round for Jim Miller.
Hey, stop. Time! Go over there.
And Eve Levine already stopping things because of a huge cut on the grill of Joe Lauzon.
Good enough there.
And one of those inside elbows, Joe, probably opened that up.
Over there.
He said it's fine. Here we go.
Dive in! Fight!
So some early adversity here for the underdog, Joe Lauzon.
What are the odds on this fight?
Jim Miller, 2-1 favorite.
Wow. I guess you're seeing why.
Big knee there.
Jim Miller looks sensational. This is a head kick here. This is as good as we've ever seen him.
And clearly he thought Joe he had a big striking advantage, and it's playing out that way.
Big elbows by knee to the body, but Lauzon's coming back with an uppercut. You can't question the heart of Joe Lauzon.
Both of these guys forever game. Hard to remember a boring fight, never mind round involving either one of them.
That might have hurt Miller. Miller backed off there.
Jim Miller, 2 pass box. Stay to the outside, Jim. Jim, stay to the outside.
Vicious combinations by Miller. Right hook fading away. Took a big deep breath though. And fires right back in.
Introduce something new.
So Miller's hand certainly looks sharp on fight night here as we approach the 1-minute mark in round 1. Both fighters slipped down.
His hands, his kicks, his elbows, everything's on point for Jim Miller tonight.
Another big left hand for Miller.
Oh, it's bleeding bad again. I mean, this is ridiculous. His face is like a water faucet.
But yet Joe Lauzon, forever game, keeps pressing forward.
Big blood is pouring out of his face here. Big shot by Miller. They're going to have a real hard time stopping this in between rounds if it gets to the second.
I mean, he is a masked man at this point. 30 seconds to go on our opening frame.
But Lauzon is continuing to press forward. Powerful inside leg kicks. Hitting lower calf with that. Oh! Vicious attack again by Miller. Hooks to the body.
And props to Lauzon for returning fire.
And it looks like Joe Lauzon's going to make it to the second. With a knee to the body.
And that got a standing ovation from Lorenzo Fertitta and the rest of the crowd. At least to this point in time, they have stopped the bleeding. There's also a cut on the top of the head of Joe Lauzon, who is getting this crowd going here in Vegas.
Well, what we saw in that first round was a significant stand-up advantage for Jim Miller. And he is going off again. Inside leg kick for Joe. And it's starting to bleed again. And there's a shot
Yeah, the canvas not utilized in round 1, and really takedown here for Miller in round 2.
Both men very good on the ground. Butterfly guard being employed by Lauzon, trying to protect that cut.
Jimmy, watch the leg lock. Jim,
He's attacking.
Do not let him control your head, Jim. Posture. Jimmy, posture.
And if there is a place where Joe Lauzon is most dangerous, it may very well be on the ground.
Jim, legs are open, Jim. Legs are open. Hey, breathe while you work, Joe.
Still able to see, though, out of that right eye is Joe Lauzon. But got to think, Joe, as far as the offensive submission games are concerned, the blood will be a factor, yeah?
It could be a factor to benefit Jim Miller if he goes to a rear naked choke type of situation. Sometimes blood can allow a forearm to slip under a chin, but usually it just makes it much harder to hold on to the guy. He gets much more slippery.
And Joe Lauzon is really bleeding here underneath Jim Miller as Miller continues to apply pressure to the head.
And Jim is trying to get past the left knee of Joe Lauzon and mount him. And he does. That was perfectly timed. He knew that Joe was going to try to explode and buck up. And he slid right over the top. Joe is trying to recapture half guard. It looks like he has. And Jim's trying to get that leg out again now.
Jimmy, I need both shoulder
blades. A lot of shoulder pressure by Jim, staying high on the top.
Stay healthy.
And there's another factor that you have to consider when you see all this blood, and that's the more blood Joe loses, the weaker he's going to get. I mean, he's basically donating blood right now. You know how you feel when you donate blood? You feel terrible for a couple of hours. Well, he's donated for like 3 people already.
Not to mention the heart rate and everything else that goes along with being a professional mixed martial artist.
There's a lot of blood on this canvas right now. Lauzon, it looks like, is stuck in a darce choke here. It looks like he's got a darce. Jim Miller has got the hands, nope, let it go, and Lauzon on top. And the crowd roars. Rubber guard attempt here by Miller. Got to work on that flexibility, son.
So Joe Lauzon still mounting some offense here, unfazed, or so it would appear by the cut and the ensuing blood.
Lauzon may very well dive on a leg lock. When you see him stand up and posture up.
Don't move. Same position.
Well,
give me a cut. Scissor. Give me some scissor. Don't move. Stay in the same position, guys. Give me some scissor. Quick, quick, quick. No coaching. Thank you.
What is going on? Oh, okay.
Can you do something about that?
You got some tape loose. Yeah, that is a big chunk of tape.
Thank you.
Loose.
Thank you. Okay. Go back in the same position,
Good
guys.
job by Heath not standing them up and taking care of this on the ground.
Okay. Okay, get ready, guys. Go. Time.
And there's again mission control. Now he's got it though. Rubber guard by Miller. And what that does is it allows him to attack, but more importantly, allows him to completely control the posture of Joe Lauzon. And it's an excellent defensive situation. He also, if he can have a firm enough grip with his right foot, it's hard because of all the sweat and blood, but with a firm enough grip on his right foot, he can attack with his left elbow from that position. We saw Jason Day use that on Alan Belcher. But now Joe Lauzon is trying to pass over that right knee. If he can pass over that right knee, it minimizes this position and it'll allow Lauzon to pass. See, notice how Jim Miller's trying to get that right knee up? That's more important to him than anything else. Lauzon's trying to push that knee down. Miller's trying to bring it up. See, now Lauzon's got it up. Now Miller will concentrate on nothing but that knee. He's got to get that knee back up before he can get to an offensive position. See, now he's got it back up again. It's all about that knee.
30 seconds, man! 30 seconds!
So Joe Lauzon,
he's got the knee, he's got a leg lock. This is the attack. This is what we're talking about. He's too high on it though. Too low on it rather. Darce attempt. Joe's got to slide that arm through, grab his bicep.
strong close to round 2 for Joe Lauzon. Tough position. 5 minutes to go here for these lightweight warriors.
This is a grueling fight. Beautiful inside leg kick. It acts as a trip by Miller. He's been using that all night. It's especially effective from the reverse positions because one is an orthodox and the other is a southpaw. We saw it again. Lauzon used it on Miller. That technique is outstanding when you're facing a guy who fights from the opposite side. Good combination by Lauzon. Miller is exhausted. He's really tired right now. The assault that he put on Joe Lauzon in the first and second really drained him. Nice left to the body by Lauzon.
Good liver shot there by Joe Lauzon.
With that inside leg kick. He's managing to drop him every time with that. And I don't think you're going to see Miller go to the ground here. I think you're going to see him try to continue to kick the legs from this position and not engage.
You have to work, Mr. Miller.
4th time of the fight, that move has worked for Jim Miller, and just as Joe suggests, we are back up row.
He's going with the elbow now. It could very well be because of sore hands. He's hit everything on Joe Lauzon. Forehead, arms, elbows. I mean, there's only so many times you can punch a guy before it hurts you.
A nice knee to the midsection there for Jim Miller.
And look, Joe Lauzon's an animal. Pressing forward still after all this. Still trying to win.
And at least as far as his combinations go, this has been his best round.
Get the scissor ready again.
Well, Lauzon is in tremendous shape, and that's the only way he could have sustained that beating he took in the first, all this blood loss, and still be attacking here in the third.
We'll see exactly why he's been a bonus machine here in the UFC. And clearly the message, Joe, from the Lauzon corner was that they need the finish. We'll just see how much he has left with which to pursue it.
Miller again with that inside leg kick. He went with the oblique kick this time. He's trying everything. Takes a big deep breath and steps back. Nice knee to the body by Lauzon. Miller may be hurt.
Yeah, that one backed Jim Miller up.
He may be hurt. Good left hand by Lauzon. What a fight.
Miller returns fire here.
How can this not be fight of the night?
And now a decent sized cut opening up under the left eye of Jim Miller.
Uppercut. Here, Mike Constantino, 2 minutes, soak it up.
New Jersey versus Boston here.
This truly is a war of attrition. At this point, I mean, this is absolutely grueling stuff. Nice oblique kick to the thigh.
And finally, some fatigue setting in on the part of Joe Lauzon. And yet Lauzon keeps pressing forward.
Both these guys have slowed considerably. Miller digging down. Another elbow to that cut, that same cut.
And excuse me, left hand lands there for Jim Miller. So the crowd certainly appreciating the effort here of both men. You see the edge in terms of the strikes landed for Jim Miller.
Good right hand by Miller. Joe Lauzon dropping down for a heel hook. And that's what I was talking about his ability to dive on things. He's got a straight ankle lock here. If he can get his hands clasped together, he can do this with one hand. This is a dangerous position. He lost it. Guillotine.
Here's Jim Miller in the waning seconds.
Wow, what a fight.
And a sigh of relief there as you can lip read from Jim Miller. What a fight here.
What a fight. My God. Wow.
Tremendous output from Jim Miller, but what else can you say as well about Joe Lauzon? Toughness doesn't even describe it.
He's an animal. That was a tremendous fight. Just the barrage of strikes that Miller landed in the second, and the fact that Lauzon came close to submission in the third. I mean, woo.
And Lauzon fighting for 13 minutes, covered in blood. This fight replay is brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
Wow. And here's that nasty inside leg kick that Miller landed over and over again. And Miller attacking in the front in the first round over and over at the beginning of the fight. He attacked with vicious elbows, dirty boxing, knees to the body. I mean, that was an assault. That first round was just absolutely tremendous. And there's again that successful inside leg kick that really both fighters used. Now this is the end. Joe Lauzon drops down, went for a heel hook, couldn't quite get that position, went for a straight ankle lock, couldn't get that. And then at the very end, drops down and tries for a guillotine. Actually looks more like a front choke. I mean, he's just trying to do anything he could to try to finish this fight. Game till the very end.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Jim Miller.